Hi guys, in this video we're going to be looking at JFD as a broker. I'm going to run through some of the pros and cons that I have found while using them as my broker, and I'm going to show you how to open a demo account. So some of the advantages of using JFD Bank is that they're a very well-known broker. They've been around for a long time. They offer many different types of platforms, and it's very easy to open a demo account. Some of the drawbacks or the cons that I found is that once you've opened a demo account, you cannot log in and change your balance. So if your EAs or your trades go against you, you cannot add additional funds to your account. So in other words, you don't get a profile when you open a demo account, and the leverages are set. You cannot change your leverage. Having said that, it is still definitely one of my favorite brokers and the one that I use probably 80% of the time that I trade. So in order to open a demo account, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to their website, which is jfdbank.com, and then we're going to click try free demo link. Okay, from there we come to this page here. So what we're going to do is we're going to select demo trading account as the type of account. We're going to change this to MetaTrader 4, MT4. Then all you need to do is put in your details, which is very quick and very easy. As you can see, I've done this before, so I'm just going to auto fill in my details here very quickly. Country of residence, I'm in South Africa. Account currency, I always use USD. You can choose, but generally speaking, USD is the most popular, and it's the one that I prefer. And deposit amount, now here you can choose the amount. You cannot put in any amount that you want. You have to select one of these that are pre-programmed. So it runs from $500 and it changes in increments, or it increases in increments all the way to $5 million. I'm going to put it as 10,000 because that's the same amount that I always start with, and when we are generating and testing REAs and later analyzing them, you'll see why it is quite important to have the same amount across all the brokers that you are testing. So select 10,000. You're going to click on I hereby agree to the company's terms and conditions and privacy policy. And then if you want to receive news and latest newsletters and updates, etc., you can select this. I'm not going to for now. So I've done all that, and we press register. Then it'll bring you to this page where it says welcome and the next steps that you need to take, and it tells you that you will shortly be receiving an email with an activation link. So we're going to get the first email, we're going to click on the activation link, and then we'll get a second email with our account details. Okay guys, so here's the first email. As you can see, it says, Dear Mr. Vardy, thank you for registering a demo account with JFD. To complete the registration process, please click on the activation link below. This will verify that you have carried out the registration yourself. So all you do is you just click on the activation link, and then it brings you to this page, and it says thank you for registering. You have successfully completed the registration process and will shortly be receiving a second email with information regarding what happens next. So all we do now is we sit and we wait for the second email, and when that comes, it will have all of the information that we need in order to open a demo account. Okay guys, so here's the second email. As you can see, it just says welcome to JFD and thank you for selecting us as your broker, and there's a bit of information there. Then the first thing you can do is you can download the MetaTrader 4 platform from JFD, and once it's downloaded and installed, we are going to use these details here to log in. And that's about it guys. It's that easy to open a demo account with JFD. Alright guys, so there is just one or two things that I want to mention when it comes to JFD. I did touch on it at the beginning of the video. So the first is the leverage. Now, with some brokers, you can actually select the leverage that you want to trade with, whether it be on a demo or a live account. But with JFD, the leverages are set. So if you want to see what they are, it's really very easy. Just go down to the bottom of their website, of their homepage. You're going to go to account specifications on the bottom under trading. We're going to select Forex and MetaTrader 4. Now what you can see here is that there's a table, and there's a few pages with all the various financial instruments or assets. So for example, with the Australian dollar, Canadian dollar, as you can see here, there's 5%, and then in brackets is 2%. Basically what that means is if you're an EU resident or if you're a European citizen, you're going to look at the number that is not in brackets. If you live outside of the European Union or you're not a European citizen, you're going to look at the number that's in brackets. Now, to understand the leverage, basically all you need to do is just take 100 and divide it by this number. So in this example, it is 5%, and 100 divided by 5 is 20, so your leverage will be 1 to 20. However, again, if you're not a European citizen, your leverage or your margin is 2%. 100 divided by 2 is 50, so your leverage will be 1 to 50. It does change according to the asset. So for example, if you look here, the Swiss franc, Japanese yen, if you're a European citizen, it's 3.33%, so your leverage will be 1 to 33. But if you're a non-EU resident, it is 1%, 100 divided by 1 is 100, so your leverage is going to be 1 to 100. So it is quite important to understand this. It is quite important to know. As I said, on some of the other brokers, you can choose the leverage across any of the assets. On JFD, you're stuck with the leverage that you are given. The other thing is you can open as many demo accounts as you want to. There's no limit on that, so you can open a whole bunch of demo accounts and then trade different assets or different groups of EAs on them to test. And there is no time limit, which is also fantastic. So you can put your EAs on a demo account and you can run it for months or even years and just monitor the performance of your EAs. Also, what's very, very cool with JFD Bank is, we'll just look at one of their platforms. So as you can see, this is one of my demo platforms, and this is the Euro USD. Now, if we go to the top at the market watch, you'll see that our spread is very, very small. It's between sort of 3 and like 5 points. And that's really, really good. However, you are going to pay a commission, and that is $6 per lot. Because we're only trading 0.1 lots, our commission is 60 cents. That's US cents. So it will change according to the lot size, and it is proportionate to the lot size that you trade. But you can always just take one lot, which will be $6, and just divide it by whatever your lot size is, just to understand what the commission is. Okay guys, so that's JFD. As you can see, very, very easy to open a demo account. Nice tight spreads. You are going to pay a little bit of commission, but you can open as many accounts as you want, and the registration process for demo accounts is very easy. So as always, if you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to be notified whenever a new video is uploaded.